and blessings. I'm Pastor Vaughn, and here's the news for Sunday, August 16th. Our prayer emphasis this month is Shelter from the Storm Ministries.
Are you a multitasker? Can you watch children, write a grant, and comfort a baby all at the same time? If so, have we got the volunteer opportunity for you?
Baby call.
To date, Shelter from the Storm has served 117 homeless women and children in Sun Prairie. Shelter from the Storm reports that their matching fund drive in May and June was a success. The Meester Family Foundation offered to match up to $25,000, and thanks to a true community effort, Shelter from the Storm raised $26,560 for a total of $51,560. Shelter from the Storm is also installing a healing garden thanks to a grant from the Willie Street Co-op. And Bikes for Kids, a nonprofit in Madison, recently donated 27 refurbished bikes to Shelter from the Storm for moms and kids. The shelter also received more than 20 bike locks from Wheels for Winners in Madison and free bicycle helmets and fittings from American Family Children's Hospital. We support Shelter from the Storm Ministries with your generous Kingdom Builders giving. Even if our collective nerves weren't already being frayed by the COVID-19 pandemic and all the rules about masks and distancing and gathering restrictions, this is an election year. The Democratic National Convention is kind of happening in Milwaukee this week, and the president and vice president are scheduled to visit Wisconsin this week as well. We can expect to be bombarded with messages about how this candidate is evil and will surely bring about the end of our freedoms if they are elected to whatever office they are running for. And we'll probably also hear messages about how people who support certain candidates will or should be punished for being traitors to their race or their party or their country. Folks, all of this is a bunch of baloney. Now, bologna makes a pretty good sandwich,
Yum!
But it's a lousy method to decide who is right or wrong. There are any number of scriptures I could cite to make my point. Some boast in chariots and some in horses, but we will boast in the name of the Lord our God. Or this one, it is better to take refuge in the Lord than to trust in princes. But I think the verse that really applies, and the verse I want to encourage you today with, is Ephesians 6:12. For we are not fighting against flesh and blood enemies, but against evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world, against mighty powers in this dark world, and against evil spirits in the heavenly places. In other words, we need to be more concerned about the spiritual struggle we all face than about who gets elected or who voted for the person you didn't want to win. Now, I'm not saying that elections aren't important, and I'm not saying that it's wrong to prefer one candidate over another, or even one political philosophy over another. What I am saying is that the world probably won't end right after the November elections, and no matter who wins, there are still billions of people who need to hear the gospel of Jesus. That job is already difficult, and it doesn't get any easier if we're mad at our brothers and sisters in Christ because of who they voted for. So once again, I encourage you to remember that even though the upcoming election is important, our role as Christ's ambassadors to this world is more important. Royal Ranger Commander Mark Wilson has announced that a kickoff for Rangers will be held here at church Friday, August 28th, beginning at 6:30 p.m. The kickoff will include a campfire and a cookout. And that's all for this week's edition of Harvest News. From the Reaching, Teaching, Caring, and Sharing News Desk, this is Pastor Vaughn inviting you to join us on the journey to becoming the church Jesus wants us to be. Pastor Dean Anderson is next.